Hello, students of class 7. I'm back again with another class, and in today's class we'll be learning about certain properties. There are 7 properties. The first one being the closure property, second one is commutative property, third one is associative property, fourth one is identity property, fifth one is zero property, sixth one is multiplication by -1, and the last one being distributive property of multiplication over addition and subtraction. So students, let's start with property number 1, that is the closure property. Okay students, the first property is the closure property. Our A property to ki dia ase, what is being given in this property, that if A and B are two integers, if A and B are two integers, then A into B is also an what? Is also an integer. If A and B are two integers, then the product of A and B is also an integer. Let's learn it through examples. Students, see, all of you know that all negative numbers, all positive numbers, and also 0 is what? Is integers. Let us consider two numbers. For example, let's take two numbers. -7 is one number, into, let's take another positive integer. That is what? That is, let's say, 5. We have one negative integer and we have one positive integer. What will be the product? The product of 7 and 5 is 35. And because here we are doing negative into positive, the sign will be negative. Now students, see, 7 is an integer, 5 is also an integer, and the product of 7 and 5, that is -35, is also an integer. Taking another example, see, we take 5 as an integer into 0. 0 is also an integer, right? So these two integers, when you multiply, what do we get? We get 0. We get 0, which is also an integer. The closure property, property number 1, what it implies is that when two integers are multiplied, the product is also a integer. Now let's move to the next property. Now students, what is the next property? The next property is the commutative property, which is property number 2. Our yet ki koise, if A and B are two integers, if A and B are two integers, then what? A into B is equal to B into A. Tar mane ki A aru B jodi duta integer hoy, ami jodi order to change kori diu, if we change the order of the product remains the same. Ami keneke bujhim? We'll understand this with the help of an example. Suppose let us consider the two A and B are what? Let us consider A and B are 7 and -5. ঠিক আছে, if 7 and -5 are two integers, these are two integers, right? 7 and -5 are two integers. Now what will happen is 7 into -5 is always equal to -5 into 7. If -5 into 7. If we change the order of A and B in multiplication, it will always remains the same. It will never change. 7 into -5 is equal to -5 into 7. I hope you are clear about this. Now let's move to the next property. Students, the next property is what? The next property is the associative property. Now let's learn about this property. What it says is, if A, B, C are integers, if A, B and C are integers, then A into B within bracket into C is equal to A into within bracket B into C. This property, students, is very important. Tumaloke olop dhyan di saba de. Moi tumalok example or hoha tumalok bujai dim. I will explain to you with the help of an example. Let A equal to 7, B equal to -2, and C equal to what? C equal to, let's say, -5. Okay. Now students, see, A into B into C. Now what they are saying, if we take A is what? 7 into -2 into what? -5. What they are saying is equal to what? A which is 7 into bracket what minus 2 into minus 5 তেওঁলোকে কৈ আছে আমি a into b আগত কৰো নে b into c আগত কৰি তাৰ পাছত a into কৰো হেতু মেটাৰ নকৰে the answer will always be same if we multiply a into b first then with the product of a into b we multiply c then also it will be same when we product b into c and then multiply the product of b into c and a the answer will always be same এটা সোয়া 7 2 যা কিমান হ'ব 7 2 যা কিমান হ'ব 14 সাইন কি হ'ব পজিটিভ ইনটু নেগেটিভ কি হ'ব নেগেটিভ রাইট -14 ইনটু ইয়াত কি থাকিল ইনটু -5 থাকি গল ইয়াতে আমি কি ইনটু কৰিছো a আৰু b আগতে ইনটু কৰিছো ওকে আমি ইকুৱেল টু দি ইফালে 7 into what is there 5 into -2 5 into -2 or -5 দুটা মাইনাস আছে তো মাইনাস মাইনাস কি হ'ব the product will be what negative into negative is positive and the product will be positive 10 okay students now see ifale 14 আছে ifale 5 আছে 14 into 5 কিমান হ'ব is equal to 5 4 the 20 carry 2 5 1 5 6 7 70 আৰু negative into negative what positive the answer is 70 in this side also equal to আমি ইয়াত চালো 7 10 যে কিমান 70 so students you can see that LHS is equal to RHS মানে left hand side is equal to right hand side it doesn't matter কি আমি a into b কৰিছো আগত নে b into c কৰিছো the answer will always be same and this is what associative property এটা বহুত important property ভালকে মনত ৰাখিবা now students the next property is the identity property it is a very easy property and I know all of you know about this now students tell me which is the most favorite into table of students it is the into table of 1 right because into table of 1 is 1 into 1 is equal to 1 1 into 2 is equal to 2 1 into 3 is equal to 3 it is very easy so everybody if we ask somebody which into table you want to tell everybody will say I want to tell the into table of 1 why because when we multiply any number with 1 what is the answer is that number and that is what this property tells that if a is an integer then what then a into 1 is equal to a we all know that right that is integer 1 of ki boli koa hoy multiplicative identity of integer what is 1 is the multiplicative identity of integer kenekwa suppose if I take an integer suppose let a is equal to আমি লৈছো ধৰা a is equal to -7 তো -7 into 1 কইলে কি হ'ব -7 only right এটো আর তোমাক বেলেগ এক্সাম্পল বুজাব না লাগে সবে বুজি পা আর জুনে বুজি নপা লোৱানা সাইড হুমাই যোৱা so dear students the next property is the zero property and as the name tells what is the property if a is an integer if a is an integer then a into 0 is equal to 0 into a is equal to 0 that means what whenever we multiply any integer with 0 what answer do we get 0 ji কোনো নাম্বারক 0 লগত যদি আমি মাল্টিপ্লাই কৰো নাইবা 0 রে ji কোনো নাম্বারক 0 লগত যদি মাল্টিপ্লাই কৰো নাইবা 0 লগত যদি ji কোনো নাম্বার মাল্টিপ্লাই কৰো what answer do we get 0 তার মানে ji কোনো লৰা চলি বেয়া লৰা চলিৰ লগত থাকিলে কি হ'ব সদায় তাৰ ৰিজাল্ট বেয়াই হ'ব so always make good friends if you make friends which are 0 you will also become 0 that means what suppose a is equal to what -5 then if we multiply -5 into 0 the answer is always 0 any integer you take and you multiply with 0 what will be the answer will always be 0 and that is 0 property for you yeah, students what is the next property the next property is multiplication by -1 what it says is if a is an integer then a into -1 is equal to what -a আমি যদি -1 যি কোনো এটা ইন্টিজাৰৰ লগত আমি যদি ইনটু কৰো তেতিয়া হলে কি হ'ব সেই সেম ইন্টিজাৰে থাকিব কিন্তু হিয়াৰ কি হিয়াৰ সাইনটো চেঞ্জ হ'ব ইফ a is positive a negative হৈ যাব আৰু যদি a negative হয় a কি হৈ যাব positive হৈ যাব let's learn about this how suppose let if a is equal to say 5 then 5 into minus 1 is equal to কি হ'ব minus 5 number 2 same থাকি যাব only the sign will change right now if a is equal to we take a is equal to say let's say minus 7 so minus 7 into what into minus 1 is equal to what here sign is negative here sign is negative what positive it will become positive 7 that is what when multiplied by minus 1 the integer will remain same but the sign will change and that is multiplication by minus 1 now let's move to the last property now students let's come to the last property which is distribution property of multiplication over addition and subtraction to ami etu property olop critical hoy aru bahut beshi important hoy this is a little critical but very important property students all of you pay due attention a property to a ki koy if a b and c are integers a tinta jodi integer hoy then a into bracket b plus c a into bracket b plus c equal to ki hobo a into b plus a into c a into bracket b plus c is equal to a into b aru a sign to মাজত যাব plus ki hobo a into c same bostu ki hoy also a into b minus c is equal to a into b a sign to মাজত যাব aru ki hobo a into c now let's try to solve this using an example আমি এটা এক্সাম্পল লৈ তো সলভ কৰাৰ চেষ্টা কৰিম হা না আমি যদি a লো কিমান 2 ইনটু b আমি কি ললো b আমি ধৰা ললো 3 ললো প্লাস 6 কিলম 6 ধৰা 4 ললো ওকে a is equal to 2 a equal to 2 b equal to 3 আৰু c is equal to 4 equal to কি দিছে তোমাৰ a into b মানে কি 2 into 3 প্লাস কি হ'ব 2 into a plus sign to yat goal a plus sign to yat goal plus ki hobo 2 into 4 now let's check if RHS and LHS are equal 2 into 3 plus 4 ami ki korim 2 3 plus 4 kiman hobo 7 2 into 7 equal to ifale ki hol 2 into 3 is equal to 3 to the 6 plus 2 into 4 kiman hobo 4 to the 8 yes or no 7 আৰু 2 7 to the কিমান 14 আৰু ইফালে কিমান হল 6 into 6 plus 8 কিমান হ'ব this is also equal to 14 same minus আৰু তুমি নিজে কৰি চাবা minus to same answer আহে নে নাহে so students that's it for today তোমালোকে সকলোৱে যিখিনি প্ৰপাৰ্টি মই লিখি দিছো বুকটো আছে বুকৰ পৰা ধুনিয়াকে চাই তোমালোকৰ কপিত লিখি লবা আৰু যোৱা ক্লাছৰ ভিডিও বহুতে যোৱা ক্লাছৰ যিখিনি ভিডিও বনাইছিলো হোমৱৰ্ক দিছিলো বহুত ছাত্ৰই কিন্তু সেই হোমৱৰ্ক বিলাক কৰা নাই কেইজনমান ছাত্ৰই কৰিছে বেছি সংখ্যক ছাত্ৰই মোক হোমৱৰ্কখিনি দিয়া নাই যোনবিলাকে দিছে ভেৰি গুড আৰু যোনবিলাকে দিয়া নাই একো টেনচন নাই নিদিলে অসুবিধা নাই কিন্তু মই কোন দিন তোমালোকৰ ঘৰত যাই ওলাম চাবা কিন্তু যোনে যোনে দিয়া নাই মই কিন্তু ঘৰত যাই ওলাম এভৰিবডি শুড ডু দা হোমৱৰ্ক ইভেন দিস ৰাইট দা চেপ্টাৰ নেম ইন দা টপ ডেট এণ্ড ৰাইট দিস প্ৰপাৰ্টিজ থ্যাংক ইউ ভেৰি মাচ সি ইউ ইন দা নেক্সট ক্লাছ